Hi Sonal, great to have you today for our interview on my channel.
Thank you, Rashmi. So grateful to be here actually.
And it's inspiring for me as well to take your interview today. We are going to listen from Sonal a very inspiring journey about her life. So, uh, could you tell us a little about yourself, Sonal? A little introduction about what you do, what's your work all about?
So when I started my work with kids, I had no idea I had a liking towards it. But eventually I started realizing that maybe this is my purpose because I was seeing kids not just doing academically well, but also emotionally well and mentally well. So
Right.
somewhere that inspired me to do my job a little more better than what I was, what efforts I was putting in. And the psychology part, like I'm a counseling psychologist, so somewhere that helped as well. So now I deal with kids with special needs, and it's been quite a journey in this field, but I'm loving it.
So like most psychologists have a clinic or they have a setup and it's like that consultation. But I see what you are doing is pretty different. So what inspired you to do that? Why not clinic and why unconventional way of, bringing the best in kids?
Rashmi, I think that having a center and doing psychometric tests and all of this, for me, I it just happened naturally, it just came out naturally. So I was not a very good student, academically throughout my school life. I was not that great in studies. So my dad used to keep motivating me and giving me these good talks, pep talks, and I just did the same with my students. So
Mm-hmm.
I started noticing that, yeah, these kids just need the right kind of words put in their mind, the right kind of motivation, and someone to just believe in themselves. So
Yes.
I never had any idea of setting up a place for counseling or something like that. That was never my idea mainly. So
Mm-hmm.
so this got incorporated with education, so it worked out well for me.
So what are the drawbacks you see with this conventional way things are with kids nowadays? Or do you
Conventional
feel is
ways,
it outdated?
see, nothing is good or bad. It's just how you deal with it. So some kids, some parents feel like their kids need this kind of counseling. They have that satisfaction कि मेरा बच्चा counselor के पास है, and he's going to do well. Even there are counselors in school as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I wouldn't comment on the conventional way, but what I do is I just, I am just whom I needed when I was younger. I'm just that to my students. So
Oh, that's beautiful. Hmm. Quite interesting. So, how many students have you coached so far? I
I
believe,
think,
as much as we have spoken, you have at least 6 to 7 years plus experience. So, how many
experience, yes,
kids
6 to 7 years
you have
of
come
experience.
across?
I think around 75 to 80,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
75 to
And
80 kids.
okay. And have you had like parent-child counseling together? Have you taken courses
Yes,
like that? Tell us more
yes.
about that.
I've had few sessions with the mothers, especially when it comes to girls. The
Um,
mothers are overprotective, and then the girls go through a lot of changes and they get into teenage. So they are not, controlled by the parents. They don't listen, they rebel, and how to deal with these these issues. And then again, being in co-ed schools, they have certain different issues. And
mhm.
also when a girl is, hitting her puberty, so
Mm-hmm.
the kind
Right.
of knowledge she requires, the kind of changes that happen in her, and sometimes parents don't have patience, the kid doesn't have patience. So all of these issues I've dealt with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that we need like that sounding board probably if kids are not able to find that at home, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
that usually happens, especially when both the parents are busy working. Then there are a lot of issues with kids.
Okay. So how do you find it in okay, probably the about tier two, I'll put it a little later. Our second question for today. So your journey from corporate life to a self-employed life. So what differences do you see? And how did you make that jump from one career to another?
I didn't have any idea that I'll be getting into a corporate job, first off. Since I got selected, I thought, let me just go and explore. The monotonous routine of the corporate life was very boring for me because I'm such a person that I get bored very quickly, be it my job or be it the routine that I'm doing. So I want to do something that enriches my soul, or just gives me that boost and push to do
Hmm.
something else too. I feel like I have too much energy to do too many things, but sometimes I'm clueless. I don't know what to do. So that was a little boring for me, the corporate life that I had. And then I decided, no, it's time I go back and figure things out for myself and start doing something. I just took a leap of faith, Rashmi. That's all I can say. You know, there was
Yeah, we
nothing
have
thought
been.
or planned or anything.
Yeah, and it works better like that. Like my journey is similar. It's like I just knew 4 years I have too long, and then just snap out and do something of my own. And my creativity has just got so much better once I was like I left an IT job. So I totally get that feeling, when we
Yeah, that
take that step.
liberty we have, we are
Yeah.
not working under someone, is thrilling for me.
That should be taken from this interview from many viewers who would be hearing you. All right. So our third question: what are the major changes necessary in women and men, especially boys and girls in their teenage, in tier two and tier three cities?
Mhm.
So we see a lot of things happening in metro cities, right? There is something about kids in metro cities, but the same thing is not considered otherwise. So what are the gaps you see and how can things change?
Um, First is the mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and second is, in tier two cities, you have people who are from different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
So they are, just wanting to push their child to study. Just study, go abroad. पैसे कमाना है, तुमको आगे बढ़ना है. We are a family. हमने बहुत कष्ट देखा है जिंदगी में. We want to give you the best education, the most. So they are just pushing the kids to do well. That is the case in tier two cities. But
And to come in there, that trend, where just get study, go abroad, study, go abroad. Can you address that? Why is that a trend these days?
that's just the conditioning or the mindset, or people think that that's the ultimate goal. My child is studying because he has to get a job abroad, or he has to earn well, he has to get married, settle down, and live his own life. That is like the ultimate goal for children here, or I think everywhere. So that is why there is too
Hmm.
many things happening, and the exposure you get in metro cities, that is kind of lacking in tier two cities. Yes,
But
which
I
is
think,
why.
hmm. Go ahead, yeah.
So I think that is why, there's a lot of pressure. You have to speak in English, you have to learn English, you have to do this the certain way. ये होना ही
Hmm.
है, ये करना ही है. That's a lot. Yeah.
Hmm. Right. Interesting. And it's that, like, we see that in tier two cities, actually, it is more peaceful and calmer, right? Like, a little in the smaller cities, you have more time to explore new things. So, like that, the talent and creativity is a lot more better when you are in, fairly smaller cities, stress free. It's actually advantage if people look at it.
That is the most neglect part of development.
Yeah.
People don't realize that it was so important to be close to nature, to experience it, to, make the most of it. So exploring छोड़ो, kids are not allowed to go out to play. They are like, ये ट्यूशन जाना है, वो ट्यूशन जाना है, ये पढ़ना है. They don't have time to explore, or they don't have time for themselves. They are just, donkeys in the making, or I don't know, they are just like robots, right? Not donkeys is not the right word.
And when you say that robots, right, we already are heading in that direction. Like it
That's
sometimes worries me as to if people just lose their innocence in the name of advancement, you know. What's your point take on this one? Because then through the traditional, let's say outdated way, people are still doing the same thing and turning into robots. Plus the other robots will be, the machine will be coming in again, making it like a lot of things would go obsolete. So how will these kids cope up now in 10, another 5, 10 years? What do you think?
I I sense there is a shift in children now. There is something that has shifted in the generation now that I see.
Okay.
3, 4 years back, or say 5 years back, children were more attached to materialistic things. That's what I had seen, or that's what I had sensed.
Yes, that's
They were like more into flaunting their riches and and
hmm.
stuff like that.
Okay.
Now kids are like, they just need someone to talk to. They have become very sensitive to emotions, and they are sensing the sensitivity of others' emotions as well.
Oh,
So
that's
the more
excellent.
patient, yeah, so the more patient you are with the child, you are getting the best out in the child. So I think your question of what it can be 4, 5 years later, with terms with you know these these advancements that you told me, I
Yeah.
think there is some kind of change that is going to happen, and there's going to be a balance maybe, because kids are coming up with different kind of energy levels, and some kids are so strong in their personality that they just know what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They just know. And sometimes it gets a little difficult to talk to them or to make them understand certain things, because they are like, this is my personality already you know
Mm-hmm. Okay.
so tackling such kids also, maybe they have come on this planet to make a difference. You never know. That's
Oh,
what is the
absolutely.
change I see.
Absolutely. Yeah. I totally second that point of yours. So true. Hmm. Okay. All right. I'll take the next question, the fourth one. So, how has your life been before you encountered Kundalini yoga classes, and how do you see the benefits now? So, what have you learned so far with Kundalini yoga?
Um, okay, my journey with Kundalini Yoga is quite interesting, because I was never very keen in yoga, since I used to feel like it's a slow process and I'm not going to lose weight. It's slow. So ये था
Hmm.
मेरा mind. Somehow I got drawn to that space where you were taking yoga, and I think I met you twice, maybe, just to inquire for the classes and the timings. But I was very skeptic, like, "ये करूँ या नहीं, करूँ या नहीं." So I just pushed myself, thinking that, okay, let me take a demo. What's wrong in that? And then I realized that I more than me losing just my physical weight, it was very important for me to take that emotional and my mental weight, the baggages that I was carrying, or all the, I don't know what heaviness was there in me. I wanted that to release out, I wanted that to come out.
Mm.
So Kundalini has helped me that way. It has helped shape my confidence back in me, and it has taught me, it has made me feel that you have the power within you. You need to decide. You always have choice. And Kundalini has given that experience very practically to me. Like, you have two choices: either you do this or you don't do this. If you do this, these are the consequences. If you don't do this, these are the consequences. So give your
Hmm.
power of attention what is important, or take away your power of attention from something that is not necessary. So these simplicities I have adapted through Kundalini. And
Hmm.
when I joined Kundalini, of course, I was very messed up. I was in a very messed up situation. It was a lot of confusion also. But yes, I developed, there I could see changes in me, energy shifts, and I was like, okay, I'm doing better today than what I was yesterday. There were days where I couldn't get out of bed. It was so heavy on me, and I used to be like just holed up in the house. I didn't want to meet anybody. I didn't feel like talking to anybody. This was what my situation was before I did Kundalini. I think for 15 days or a month, I was in this phase. And I kept falling sick frequently as well.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So now I feel like the negative aspects are, I wouldn't say they aren't there. Of course, they are there. But I know how to deal with them better now. You know,
Yeah. You're choosing
that is what.
happiness over.
Exactly, yes. And I'm
Uh,
choosing myself over everything else. So I think that is the biggest
exactly.
thing I'm giving myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's this idea of Kundalini Yoga has just been, it's just been thrown a fear that you shouldn't try it out. But then it's actually what is running the whole world and has been running this world for eons. I would call it original internet. It's just been
Yeah, like the
running.
OG term what we use.
So, yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of talk about Kundalini Yoga happening everywhere. The way it has made a difference in the West. But now that's one thing which I find very crazy, that things have to go to the West and then they come
And
back, and now
come
we
back,
are
yeah,
picking
come
up.
back to the origins. We
Yeah,
eat this way,
absolutely.
we Indians को ऐसे खाने की आदत है तो.
Yeah. So, so Kundalini Yoga for teenagers or college people, how do you see it would benefit them?
So I think we are going to empower them if we give them the idea or the concept or the practice of Kundalini. We are just making them powerful. You know, we are just going. They don't need any. I don't think they would require us anymore. If they are in their own element, get the best out of them, and they know how to deal with issues, and they just learn how to be more composed, calm, and then sort issues rather than the
Hmm.
regular way of dealing with issues is fighting, yelling. So they learn how to talk,
Hmm.
patient, how to deal, introspect first and then retrospect. I think
Yeah.
that is how we Kundalini is going to empower them.
Hmm. And it just came just now to me, like if we start propagating more of this, we are going to empower so many people to listen to their hearts first, because that's one thing which is never addressed in schools or colleges, right? Like just listen to your heart and you have 10 things solved already for you. Yeah,
Exactly. And
absolutely.
listening to the heart has become so difficult, Rashmi, especially for children, because they feel like, see, they don't decide anything for themselves.
Hmm.
So it's become so difficult now
Yeah,
that they are so indecisive, and they don't know if what they are thinking is right or wrong. So they need validation. So this validation needs to get out of their life. कि एटलीस्ट छोटे छोटे डिसीजन तुम खुद ले सकते हो, तुम खुद के लिए अपने लिए क्या सही है या गलत है. They need to think a little, and I think we need to start appreciating small decisions if kids make around us. Like, oh, okay, I didn't expect you to do this, so that's wonderful what you did. I think just this
hmm.
statement is going to make someone's day. So that is
Absolutely.
lacking.
I think just because they're kids, we kind of, but I see no, a lot of them are pretty old souls. They just know what they have to do, like you said.
They just know. Yes.
And Yeah, probably we need
They
to
are
treat them
ready.
as
We just
adults
need
somewhere.
to,
Hmm.
yeah, we just need to empower them, teach them the right things.
Hmm.
I don't think there is anything as right or wrong, yeah, but teach them life skills probably. And
Hmm.
I think it's enough for now. They can't take too much of load also.
Right. And just like the way that point that you mentioned, right? It was so correct that not many kids have harnessed their power of decision making. Like
Yeah.
I have been the rebellious one, so I have made most of my life decisions since a very young age. But this is what I see lacking in a lot of them. Like right from deciding which ice cream you want, sometimes they are like so dependent, right? We need to get that changed for them.
I think somewhere I was also the same kind as you mentioned. So I was like, I'm going to take my decisions regardless of what are the consequences. I don't care. I think even if my life goes to dogs, it's okay because at least decision मैंने लिया तो मेरे वजह से ही हो गया ना. So I'm okay with it. I'm going to take complete ownership. I'm owning to that. So people are like, "How you did this wrong decision? You did this." I'm like, okay, whatever. At least I have the power to decide, good or bad or ugly, whatever. I'm just okay with it.
But kudos to you because the more we take decisions based on our heart, the more we are breaking the status quo, right? Doing the same
Yeah.
thing again and again. So yeah,
There is
never
a
give
there
that
is
up.
a particular way, Rashmi. It's like there is this I don't know, there is this kind of an obligation कि यही होना चाहिए, तुम्हें ऐसे ही करना चाहिए, and if you are feeling a certain way, you can't feel this way, it's wrong. You can't invalidate
Mm,
anything anyone is expressing or anyone is going through, whatever. So I've experienced those things also. Invalidation for emotions are a big no for me. I just hate it.
yeah, very well put. That that topic is like so true. And yeah, our last question for today. And actually, that will be like 5A and 5B. I'm going to ask you 2 points there. Your advice for aspiring women entrepreneurs or solopreneurs.
Okay. First thing I would like to say that age doesn't matter. You can start at any age, at anywhere, and you can use all the help and resources that are there around you. If you really want to do something, be it big or small, it doesn't matter as long as it is yours and you're happy doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And second thing is, few women they start very late in life because they realize few things very later in life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think these women should learn how to forgive themselves for not knowing things that they needed to know when they were younger,
Mm.
and embrace where they are right now in their life, and just stop being stuck. And if you have any ideas or plans or whatever, just start. Don't wait for anything, just start.
Yeah, no need of perfection. Just run
There's no
with
need
your
for
ideas.
perfection. Nobody is perfect, and we don't want perfection also. नहीं चाहिए.
Yeah.
Everybody
Hmm.
has that, and I think it is also others' responsibility, like our responsibility, a human responsibility to support women who are starting up rather than judging them. Oh, I took her service for the first time, itna khas nahi tha. Everybody deserves chance to be a little more kinder.
Absolutely. Because that's at least that start moment has to be there, right? Uh,
Exactly, you have.
we cannot depend on that corporate style where you're like you have to have an experience of 1 year for 4 years and then I'll give you a chance. I think those days are gone.
Solopreneurship works different way, and corporate is like ready-made माल आके फेंको और वो काम करेगा. Here you are building yourself. It's a journey. Your emotions are messed up. You face certain things. You don't know how to deal with situations. So it's a journey for yourself as well as your business to flourish. So I think
Right.
solo jobs or solo businesses, these grow and these are strong because it is your hard work and blood and sweat and your tears, your emotions, everything put in it. So it's always going to be more important and closer to you, of course.
Yeah, and I think it gives more room for creativity, right? You will have a much wider
Absolutely.
picture of how you want to do things. Hmm,
Because nobody is
interesting.
there to control you, or there is no box you have to color. You can color outside the box, or you just delete the box, or you just tear the page and do something out of it. It's all yours. Just do whatever you want to do.
Hmm, nice. And your advice for teenagers who are
I
aspiring for, having their own life carved out, not going into rat race, but then, yeah, how they can think out of the box.
Whatever you are doing, just keep doing. Don't lose hope or faith, and don't listen to anyone who says that you can't do this or makes you feel less of a person for you not doing what others are doing. So don't believe them. Just believe in yourself, believe in your idea, believe in your plan, and just do. Just keep going on. Anyone who tells you otherwise is no invalid.
All right. So excellent. It was a very nice conversation with you, Sonal. Thanks a lot for being with us here today and sharing your
My conversation
experiences. I'm
you
sorry?
are always my conversations with you are always empowering, Rashmi, and you are very, very, very kind, and you encourage us. So thank you so much.
Always welcome, and many more things to do. A lot of
Yeah.
collaborations ahead. So, yeah, this conversation will definitely share it among your students so that they get more insight about how we can go ahead with new ideas going forward in Belgaum at least. Let's
Right.
make Belgaum that separate.
Let's not draw a box. Let's not draw a box.
Okay, fine. But let's make Belgaum at least a hub for all creativity
Yeah.
coming through.
Let's start. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
all right. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll take your leave.
Thank you for having
Ta-da.
me, Rashmi. Bye bye.
Yes, see you.